He deserves more than I'm prepared to give at this time in my life. But there's a very good possibility that we could get married again sometime in the future. Wait, what? Is Angelina Jolie considering revisiting the past with her former flame Jonny Lee Miller? Sure looks like it. Recently, she was photographed arriving at her ex-hubby's apartment, twice. It seems like 90s fashion is not the only thing coming back.
That's a nice score for a girl.
Think you can do better?
I'll give it a shot.
Is this the summer of second chances or what? Why didn't their relationship work out the first time? Have Angelina Jolie and Jonny Lee Miller been dating for years? Tune in to learn more about their wild, bloody wedding and then some. While the world has been distracted by the rekindled love of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, Angelina Jolie and her ex-husband Jonny Lee Miller have also hung out. Twice. In the decades since their split, they've both gotten hitched and had kids with other partners before becoming single. Sounds familiar. On June 11th, the Maleficent star was spotted entering Miller's apartment building carrying an expensive bottle of wine. Then, on June 15th, Jolie was spotted entering the building again, this time bringing something much more precious than a bottle of wine, her son Pax. Not to push the comparison too far, but just like Jen and Ben, Angie and Jonny have been saying really nice things about each other in the press since their split. Not even so much nice as seems like they wish they could have stayed married. Years ago, Jolie publicly declared her regret for divorcing Miller. She's been quoted many times in the past saying it was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. She even thinks of love and him specifically when people ask about her movie they made together. Aww. When asked by BuzzFeed what she remembers most when thinking about the film Hackers, she said, well, oddly, love. Angelina elaborated that the film will always be linked to her romance with Miller in her mind. That's where I met Jonny, who is still a great friend, so I think of him when I think of that. Although I'm sure the movie looks so ancient now, we had a lot of fun making that.
All right, listen up. Use your best viruses to buy us some time. We have to get into Plague's file and copy the worm.
The movie became a cult classic, with people saying it's the best depiction of hacker culture to date. And of course, Angie and Jonny became a cult classic in our hearts. Miller has never shied away from saying that there are no regrets and no bitterness between former lovebirds. Well, that's a good sign, folks. Over the years, he always said they're still in touch and remain close. Yeah, we're still friends, that's all you're getting, he said. A bit cryptic. Maybe it is the season to reconcile with your ex after all, or the year. Some even say they've been dating for a long while now. According to Woman's Day, Jolie planned a recent trip to Manhattan specifically to see her ex-husband, Miller. A source says she's thrilled her kids have met him, especially Pax, who is very protective of Angelina. Friends of Jolie are also beginning to suspect that she and Miller have been dating for a lot longer than everyone thought. An insider says she made such a fuss getting the courts to change her status to officially single in 2019. So there were suspicions she was secretly seeing someone. In the wake of her messy split from Brad, the actor's been linked to pretty much everyone she's worked with, including Evan Rachel Wood and an eternal stuntman. And if Angie and Jonny are looking to pull a Bennifer, if something is being rekindled between them, fans are being supportive as hell. Especially considering some of them have been rooting for the couple since Angelina's separation from Brad Pitt. As one Twitter user said back in 2016, "Screw Brad, Angelina Jolie and Jonny Lee Miller," with another one saying, "Angelina Jolie has been with her ex-husband Jonny Lee Miller, and to be quite honest with you, I for one am all here for it. Laura Croft and Sick Boy, my heart is about to burst." And we can't blame them. If there was an award for relationship that best sum up the 90s, Angelina Jolie and Jonny Lee Miller would take home all the prizes. Let's rewind the tape, or a floppy disk, might we say, and take a look back at Jolie and Miller's whirlwind romance.
Any questions?
Yeah. Who's gonna notify his next of kin?
The youngsters, 20 and 22 years old, respectively, first met on the set of the 1995 film Hackers. Sparks started flying right away. As director Ian softly said, their chemistry was evident even during the casting process. In the scenes where Angie or Jonny is with another actor, they're great. But when you see them together, the electricity just pops out of the screen, softly recalled. Around the time they filmed a sex scene that was later cut from the movie, the crew could also sense a degree of attraction between the two, but it was understood to be platonic. Everyone could see we liked each other, but nothing more, Jolie recalled. That said, it seemed that Softly sensed the relationship between Jolie and Miller could evolve into something more. After working on the film together, they lost touch for a while. Jolie began a relationship with model actor Jenny Shimizu on the set of another movie. Angie later revealed that she would have married Jenny if she hadn't got hitched to Johnny, as she fell in love with Shimizu the minute they laid eyes on each other. Not only that, but according to Jenny, their relationship lasted several years and continued even while Jolie was romantically involved with other people. Fans might have been rooting for Angie and Jenny right now. Eventually, the Hackers co-stars reconnected.
Are you challenging me?
Name your stakes.
If I win, you become my slave.
Your slave.
You wish.
Soon enough, a lovely, if not a bit unconventional for the time, engagement happened. We both proposed to each other, and both had questions to ask, Jolie recalled. The couple wondered whether they should stay engaged for a while, but instead, they went for a quick and sort of crazy wedding. The small ceremony was only attended by Jolie's mom and Miller's best friend. She wore leather pants and a white shirt with Miller's name written in her blood. Yes, you heard that right, her own blood. It's your husband. You're about to marry him. You can sacrifice a little to make it really special, Angie commented on the matter. Oh, sounds special, that is for sure. We can assume he appreciated the gesture. Upon getting married, Miller left London to be with Jolie in LA. For the most part, they were able to lead a normal life, since there wasn't much public fascination surrounding any of them yet. And at the same time, after the pair wed, Jolie quickly got tired of constant questions about her new husband and people making such a fuss about it. For example, they once went on a morning show, and people started throwing rice at them right away and giving toasts, making the couple fairly uncomfortable. You're suddenly somebody's wife. Oh, I'm half of a couple now. I've lost me. I was thinking. I need to get myself back, she said 5 months after the wedding. That kind of pressure would surely put a strain on a relationship. Work would also eventually cause problems in their marriage, as it happens with actors, sadly. At that time, Jolie recalled, they were living side by side but had separate lives. They also had difficulty choosing where to live, with Jolie based in LA and Miller, a UK native, living in London. The long-distance relationship didn't seem to work due to their busy Hollywood schedules as well. The pair separated only 18 months after the ceremony, but did not divorce for another year and a half. And although things ended rather quickly, there was never any ill will between the two. For Johnny, marriage was something that just didn't work out, and he had to make the decision sooner or later. So he decided to make it sooner. Meanwhile, Angie was a bit more open and sad, saying, "I really wanted to be his wife. I really wanted to commit." Since splitting up, Jolie and Miller went on with their lives, although they remained in touch. The former spouses even attended a screening of Peace One Day, a documentary about the United Nations International Day of Peace in 2005. Several years later, Miller was also spotted attending the premiere of Jolie's film, In the Land of Blood and Honey. When asked to comment on Jolie's most recent divorce, Miller has remained tight-lipped on the matter, being a decent human being and a great friend. As for Angelina, she was always open to the idea of rekindling her romance with Johnny, so maybe now is the time. When they got married, they were very young, just beginning to figure out the world and themselves. The couple got engaged and got married in the blink of an eye, just a couple of crazy kids in love. Well, now they're a couple of brilliant actors and kind human beings, with a smudge of craziness, of course. There's a ton of respect and love between the former spouses, and that will never change. And there are not a lot of people Angie trusts, but Johnny is one of them. So perhaps it's time to pick up those grungy outfits and go down memory lane. What do you think about this during post-pandemic trend and a couple of lovebirds circa 1995? Do you see them rekindling their romance and deepening their 20-year-long friendship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Be well, and don't forget to subscribe to Rumour Juice and click that notification bell for more stories that'll make you nostalgic as hell.